spirit, a box within a box in the 20th century. While possessing many positive values, the inner city remains a portrait in somber tones that match the lives and destinies of the people who live within its borders. For the child of the inner city poor, the school stands at the very center of life, offering him a set of skills and a way out. Or, as is more often the case, a dull, oppressive atmosphere that serves only to deepen his sense of inadequacy and failure. This is where he grows, plays, and passes the days of his life. This is the inner city. Tommy Knight knows and understands this place. He knows the streets, the houses, and the people. He knows and is deeply affected by the sounds of his community. The hard, unyielding sound of steel on concrete. The sound of traffic and of people. Of anger, of laughter, and tears. He even knows and relates to the smells of his neighborhood. The smell of people, food, and dirt, of violence and fear. And overall, like a dim, immovable cloud, the ever-present smell of decay. This is where he lives, and these are the forces that influence and shape his life. This child of the inner city poor, the sights and sounds of his time are hardly a catalyst to growth, and the models of achievement he finds here hardly a spur to ambition. Day by day, the chronicle of his life unfolds. The influences that surround him are evident at every turn, and the pattern of his life is clearly etched in the design and structure of the inner city. The life of the disadvantaged child is marked by frequent and sudden change. He moves from place to place, from city to city. Each move means a new home, a different street, and a host of strange faces. School. For some children, a place of warmth, comfort, and fun. For the new child, a place of terror, terror of the unknown. The filth and discomfort of the inner city has become an accepted condition of life for the disadvantaged child. He grows up in surroundings that are marked with decay and neglect. and is continually exposed to the cynicism of those whose selfish interests override all considerations of fairness and decency.
We had a lot of complaints about the property here, and the people said the steps is bad, and the floor upstairs is bad, and the light fixtures.
Earl, these people are always complaining, always. If they don't like the electric work, let them use candles.
Well, that's against the rules. I mean, that's dangerous.
It's not dangerous, Earl. It's all right. Besides, we can fix the electrical inspector.
Well, otherwise than that, they said that the people here said they're going to get a committee to go downtown.
Earl, they were going to get a committee a couple years ago. They didn't do nothing. We can fix the people downtown. You don't have to worry about that. All you're supposed to do is look out for the company here. Tell these people that they'll either get along with what they have or else they can move. For the amount of money they're paying, you know we're not making that much on the place. If we fixed everything they wanted fixed, we wouldn't make anything on it. We'd be in the red.
Well, what are you going to do with this? Just let it go as it is.
Just let them go. All they're doing is talking and blowing off steam.
Well, I mean, something got to be done. Something got to be done.
Earl, tell them they'll just have to do with what they've got and when they're paying. What do they expect?
The circumstances of his life, in some mysterious way, build strength in the personality of the disadvantaged child. He assumes responsibilities uncomplainingly, such as the care of a younger brother. Conditions in the inner city are bad, but there are many elements of strength. The picture is not one of stark, unrelieved, monochromatic misery. There is a sharing of responsibility within the family and a strong sense of community. There is also vitality here and a desire to create a better life. To the children, this brings a measure of pride and self-respect. The attitude of local businessmen to the problems of their community is becoming a significant factor.
So of course, for you, it's very important that when you come here, that you be here on time each day, and that at the end of the
Many
working
have
day,
found that hiring neighborhood children is a good practice, a good business practice, as well as good community action.
Small for you. Let me show you something in your size.
Tommy's brother works in this store after school. For Douglas Knight, this is a new and exciting experience. Not only does he earn money that the family needs very badly, he also begins to see himself as a person of value, a person who has something to offer.
Same company as that one, Irvin Foster, and it's very fashionable this season.
It looks very nice.
Yes, and it's only $14.75.
He develops an ease in his relations with people and a feeling that he can manage a real job.
And the front is
He waits on customers and handles money.
Very nice.
very fashionable this fall.
Earning the trust and confidence of his employer is one of the first important achievements of his life. Douglas Knight is not condemned to the role of a stock clerk, porter, or errand boy.
You have time to show me tomorrow if I can.
Oh, sure.
There are other positive forces in the community, forces that work to shape and give meaning to Tommy's life. The community center provides an important place for the children after school. Here they rehearse a play that serves to stimulate pride in their own community and focuses attention on the need for a school cleanup project.
Well, I think when a couple children during school hours should come out in playgrounds and should help clean up the glass so children won't get hurt. And on the way home, children should keep yards and streets and places they go by clean. Thank you. And now we're going to speak to a housewife.
I think that when the children come home from school, they should hang up their clothes and pick up all the paper on the floor so the house will be clean.
Thank you.
Remember to stand still next time for us.
And here is another housewife. What do you think of keeping your own clean?
I think that after children come home from school, that they should help sweep the floors or wash the dishes and help clean up the attic, because if the attic has too much dirt or paper in it, it
They
might
make up
catch
their own
fire.
lines and then translate them into action. As a result of this program, Tommy Knight and his friends begin to think of the schools and the community's appearance as their responsibility. After dark, the inner city comes to life with a special vitality, bringing with it a new set of problems. The pace of life is quicker, louder, and in many respects more violent. This too becomes part of Tommy's background, coloring the fabric of his life and the shape of his future. The night also brings with it activities that build and strengthen the community.
You, as parents, play a
Here again, the
important
school
part
plays a central
in
role.
of reading readiness, as we call it,
Through
on the part of
PTA
your
meetings,
children.
through the
Before
principal
your
and his
children come to
faculty,
school at the age
the
of
school
5
can
or
reach
6,
out and
you
enlist
can
the
do many
aid of
things
those who
to
have the
help
most at
us
stake,
do a
the
better
parents
job
and
of
families
reading
of the inner
children.
city.
For example, if you have books and magazines around your house, such as I have here on the table, this will be a great help to your children. Many times, children have no book at all, or not even any kind of a magazine in a house.
Is it possible to have a home reader brought to your house?
Yes, we hope that each teacher would give each child in the classroom a home reader. And what we mean by a home reader would be a reader that the child can read on his or her own level. That is, the parent would not have to help too much, and the child would be able to just read for pure enjoyment. Another excellent way in which you can help your child to be better in reading would be to take your child on trips. You'd be surprised how many children get their first bus ride when they come to school, and teachers take them on trips.
Why are trips so very important?
Well, I believe the Chinese have a saying that one picture is worth 1,000 words. And when children get to see the actual thing and have the concrete experience, they can come back and discuss this. And if they were to go, for example, on a trip on a bus to the farm or to the zoo, and they get a story in a reader and it's about farm animals, well, when you talk about a heifer or a cow or a donkey or a horse, they've actually seen this horse in person, and they know what it looks like. They may have even heard the sound of what this horse would do or what the cow would do.
The PTA meeting is a good barometer. Well attended, it indicates an interest and active desire on the part of the community. Poorly attended, it is a clear sign of the people's apathy, in which case we all lose, the community as well as the children. In our search for answers to the vital question of why Tommy Knight doesn't learn as well as he should, we must examine the complex tapestry of good and bad elements that make up the inner city. At its worst, the inner city is a dead end. At its best, it is a place to grow. Some of the answers are here in the inner city.